Дурут салам. Как вы поживаете? Мы не очень хорошо, ну хорошо. Есть. Fight. Khamzat versus Leon. Okay, this is number 3. Took another couple of looks at Leon Edwards because I have done a lot of study on Khamzat. Okay, what do I think that I haven't said before? Leon Edwards, he's got some telegraph combinations. He's got some favorite combinations that he likes, and when he's at his best is when he's attacking with strike combinations to the fence, and then he goes for a takedown. Okay, whether that is a leg sweep trip or a more of a wrestling takedown. Bruh. Leg sweeps don't work on guys from the Caucasus Mountains because their folk wrestling, their indigenous wrestling, has a lot of leg sweeps. Judo is so big, Sambo is so big in that culture. You don't have to train in Sambo and Judo to know how to defend leg sweeps. And if you don't know, you step your leg back, I forget the angle, and then you step over the sweep. And you have good leverage on the back foot, and you step over the sweep. You do that because that way you're not susceptible to getting bull rushed. So it's literally. And so sometimes when you're in the clinch and your legs are kind of parallel or going slightly forward, you're susceptible because all you have to do is rock the weight, kazoosh. You kazoosh somebody off a little bit. And if you can't do a gi kazoosh, you can do a kazoosh by turning the shoulders. This is simple. But the standing wrestling in that part of the world is so yesterday's news. I forget from the Caucasus Mountains to the mountains of Kazakhstan, the whole that region of what would be the Soviet satellite republics, they do this wrestling where I don't know the terms. All right. For most of you who watch my channel know that I'm Persian. I look like this, but I'm Persian. Okay. And that Persian isn't that Persian because there's a lot of Russian in my family. That's why I say Durut salam kak вы поживаете at the beginning of this thing, is because that's my heritage. And as little kids in Persian families, the cousins do this whole wrestling thing. There's nothing that uncles like more than putting all the cousins down and all the boys wrestle while the girls cook. I'm not being sexist. I'm not. This for an American audience to hear this, you guys will probably be like, "Wow, you're throwing out gender pronouns and whatever." I don't know. That's not the way it is over there. Over there, the boys wrestle and the girls cook and whatever else. And if they're being nice, sometimes if they're a little bit progressive, if you're in the capital city or something, then sometimes the girls can wrestle too. Okay? But the girls wrestle the girls. And this is just for uncles and cousins and to have fun. All right? Whenever you're wrestling somebody who isn't in your family, it gets a little more serious. This is just the way it is. I'm not saying any secrets. There's nothing new to what I'm saying. I'm just reporting on what families are like elsewhere, not America. Okay? Growing up that way, one of the very first things that you learn how to defend is the takedown and then the foot sweeps. Okay? The reason why I went the whole thing about Russian-Persian history and wrestling, the reason why I went like this is because in Chechnya, it is that way too. Okay, if you're Chechen or you're from the Caucasus Mountains write it in the comments. If you're from anything that ends with stan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Dagestan, anywhere. You know what? Even if you're from Armenia or Azerbaijan, tell them about the wrestling. Okay? So Leon Edwards is not going to be able to land trips and foot sweeps. Because if he gets in the clinch with Khamzat, Khamzat is going to clinch back. And Khamzat is going to be the best athlete that Leon Edwards has faced. Okay? Am I going to call, a 100% victory? I mean, right now my sense is telling me that yes, Khamzat's going to win. Okay? But have I done the analysis to go in and say that? No, I haven't done that's why this thing's installments. Well, you have part 1, part 2, part 3. But in part 3, where Leon Edwards is at his best, this is not going to trip up Khamzat Chimaev. This is not going to trip him up, okay? If you're from a place where Sambo is big, you can defend an opponent coming at you. Slavic people, anytime they play anything, they are aggressive. If you play shakhmati, if you play chess, they're aggressive. They're coming after you. This big-winded defense is not a big thing in their culture. If you're playing hockey, they're coming after you. They're going to score. They're going to try to score. If you're playing football, world soccer, they're coming after you. They're coming after you. The defensive is offense. Now, they do have great defensive schemes. I'm not taking away anything from that. What I'm saying is playing back on their heels is not something they do. They're aggressive. Even in defense, they're aggressive. So Khamzat, it comes from that school. Fucking Russia was at war with Chechnya when he was born. He knows how to defend an oncoming thing, an aggressive oncoming opponent. So, I don't think Leon Edwards is going to get away with doing what he does best. Okay? Salamati. So, what is his key to victory? What is his key to victory? Well, he can't let Khamzat strike him with the right hand. So he's going to have to go towards the left. But then, if you go towards the left, that right has more momentum to swing. So this is why you have to, anybody from the Caucasus Mountains, I know that Khamzat trains in Sweden, and he's a Swedish citizen, and I'm not taking away anything from the Swedish MMA. Those guys are awesome too. And what was that? Anyway, I'm not taking away anything from them, but you have to attack those guys. Guys with upper level wrestling, you cannot allow them to take you towards the cage. You have to go at them in the middle of the cage and then stand in the middle. If they retreat, you stand in the middle. You have to go at them, okay? Salamati. If he does that, then it becomes more of a striking exchange. This is good for Edwards. If you stand in the middle and trade with Khamzat Chimaev, it is by far the best chance you have, because if you go to the cage, he's going to either ride you in the clinch until you fall, then he's going to lower his hips, grab your wrist, and beat the hell out of you. Or you're immediately going to go down with a single leg or double leg, then he's going to lower his hips, ride the surfboard, grab your wrist, and beat the hell out of you. Okay? Because his right hand is the best in the game. Better than Justin Gaethje? Better than Justin Gaethje, because if you put Justin Gaethje and Khamzat Chimaev center of the ring and said, you both get 2 shots. Okay? I mean, maybe Justin Gaethje has knocked people out with 1 shot before. He certainly has one-hitter quitter power, but Khamzat Chimaev can walk up to a bigger guy and punch him in the face, and end the fight. Okay? And Khamzat Chimaev is I know he doesn't have a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but the guy is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Said it before, I would put him on the open mat with anybody. Anybody. Rickson Gracie. Put him on the open mat. Not that he's going to beat Rickson Gracie, but I would put him on the mat with him in an open mat. I don't think he's going to be tooled around like, what am I trying to say? I don't think he's going to be schooled so much that he doesn't deserve to be on the mat. Okay? And Rickson Gracie's a red belt. So that's not even a black belt open mat. That is a red belt instructing. A red belt doesn't go on a mat with anybody unless he's instructing them. Okay? I've seen red belts sometimes fight in tournaments, but typically to get a red belt, you have to dedicate your life and be a black belt for 20 years, 30 years. That's off topic. Much love to Rickson Gracie, much love to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And the guys that are the most successful are the guys that have a strong core in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and then go in and get, a black belt in something else like striking. I know you don't exactly get black belt in striking, but an elite level, master level, that's what I'm trying to say. Master of sport level and something else, striking or judo or something. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I haven't been able to do cardio since this lockdown happened in Washington, and I'm getting all kinds of funky. Anyway, so again, Leon Edwards, his takedowns, they're good, they're effective, but they're not great. I've never seen Leon Edwards take someone down where I didn't think the guy could defend it. Okay? Khabib Nurmagomedov takes someone down, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing he can do. Okay? But I watch Khamzat Chimaev take people down, and I'm like, yeah, if he's going for it, you already missed the chance to defend it. Okay? So Khamzat Chimaev, I should do a little bit more research, and I'm probably going to do more research, make another video closer to the fight. But I got Khamzat. Because where's Leon Edwards lands a 5-strike combination and people aren't fucked up. So he's hitting him hard, but he's not fucking him up. I think Colby Covington actually hits people a little bit better, and that's hard for me to say. Covington is a better striker. He's not a better striker. I just think he hits people harder. Because where's the pop? Where's the recoil? He's hitting. Khamzat Chimaev is going to be the biggest motherfucker in the ring that he's ever seen, and he fought Kamaru Usman. Okay? This is going to be, and I mean bigger as in lankier. This is going to be arms and legs for days. I've been watching the tape, and it's been fucking Leon Edwards fighting short guys. Every fight is short guy, short guy, short guy, short guy. And every fight I'm like, Leon Edwards is quick. But is he Chimaev quick? Chimaev is sneaky quick because you don't see how fast he's going. His heart rate doesn't get above 90. He's never nervous. Leon Edwards is going to get hit a couple of times in there, and he's going to see if he's a true martial artist. Okay? Khamzat Chimaev is going to go in there, and he's going to see, martial arts on par with people that he sees a lot. Leon Edwards is going to see wrestling he's never seen before. Okay? It's a bold statement. If you know of any better wrestlers, because admittedly, I haven't done as much research as I should have. If you've seen him take on wrestlers and defeat high-level wrestling transition and high-level takedowns, if you've seen him defeat that, write it down. Because I want to know. I want to take another look. Every time I start researching Leon Edwards, I'm like, okay, man, is this it? Is this is what he does? He does the same strike combination, and when that's not successful, he just tries again, just starts over. He's only good going forward. He's not great going back. No one's really great going back. However, Khamzat can take a step back and fucking put you to a whole nother planet. So, that's what I think. I think Khamzat going forward is the same as Khamzat going back. The only thing is this going forward, he wins quicker. Going back, it takes him a little bit longer to win. And, yeah. I know he doesn't train Sambo directly, but the Sambo on the guy is ridiculous. Such a high-level fighter. Yeah, Kamaru Usman. I think he would beat Colby Covington, but I think Covington's got a better shot against Kamaru Usman because of side control. Because Colby Covington's better at transitioning on the ground. I mean, you know, Leon Edwards is a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu martial artist. He's legit. I'm not taking anything away from him. He's legit. I just think that Khamzat is on a different level. And I think he's on a different level because he learned high-level wrestling walking to his relative's house. Walking in his village. Because it's high level there. It's high level on the lowest level. People. The last Olympics in wrestling had 5 guys from the Dagestansky region. One of them represented Russia, and a couple of others represented other countries because it's so elite in that region, Dagestan, Chechnya. And we're going to see more of the Chechens. They're not done. Khamzat Chimaev is not the last of the Chechens. This is beginning. This is the beginning of the Chechens. Habib was the beginning of the Dagestanskis. Khamzat is going to be the beginning of the Chechens. And just wait. The Uzbeks, the Tajiks, the Kyrgyz, they're all coming. All the stands are coming. And if Iran could if their political situation was a little bit better, you would see fighters coming out of Iran and Turkey. Why? Because the wrestling is ridiculous. The wrestling in Turkey is ridiculous. Ridiculously good. Okay? All of the stans have their own traditional wrestling that it's gonna come. Once they pay fighters to not just be in the Olympics, once they stipend guys, you know, they already stipend guys for Sambo. The Russians are coming. And you're gonna have to speak Russian to interview a lot of champs. It's happening. The way the Brazilians took over, the Russians are gonna take over. So Khamzat Chimaev, I think he can take the back. High-level wrestling. Probably choke him out, if I were to guess. You know, that's just a guess. Just because Leon knows how to scrap. Leon knows how to strike. Leon knows how to strike defend. It comes down to high-level wrestling, and Khamzat Chimaev is going to be a beast of an athlete. And the last time you saw a guy on that level, Kamaru Usman won by decision. Ain't no decisions for Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat doesn't let it go to the judges. Okay? Khorda Hafiz.